Homelessness is a widespread issue that affects our community members. This is especially a problem in San Francisco, California, where the homeless population is increasing. Specifically in San Francisco, the main cause of homelessness is evidently high property costs. Therefore, homelessness, a large social problem apparent within San Francisco, can possibly be solved by lowering the costs of housing. The homeless population face indirect violence and structural violence. This means that social systems implemented by the U.S. government cause them physical and or mental harm. Homelessness can be caused by things such as lack of affording housing, unemployment, poverty, mental illness, and substance abuse, as well as the lack of needed services. The organization which I have chosen to focus on is called Community Housing Partnership, also known as CHP. It is a nonprofit organization based in San Francisco focused on creating and maintaining housing and providing support services for individuals currently experiencing homelessness. CHP is focused on human rights and human security by increasing attention among citizens to the basic human needs for food, shelter, and healthcare. CHP's support services include mental health services, job training, and community organizing to encourage advocacy of policies in order to address the principal causes of homelessness. CHP follows digital activism because they use social media such as Facebook to create political and social change. It allows for communication across a very large audience. The following video clip I found from their Facebook page, and it further illustrates CHP's main mission.
What we've really learned is that keeping people housed is not enough. The long-term goal for us is to create a best-in-class supportive housing model. Individuals start off as homeless. They then enter our housing where they receive intensive services geared to helping that individual have the ability to move out and live independently. And they don't need us just so they can sustain. We established a goal that 100 of our residents will begin to move out each year starting in 2020, and another 500 will reach a greater level of self-sufficiency where they're connected to family and friends, volunteering, working part-time, and thriving in their community. We began to provide clinical mental health and substance abuse services by licensed clinicians. We're tracking how folks are managing their physical, mental health, housing stability, if they're abiding by the rules we have in our property, being a good neighbor. We then track education and employment. We know homeless individuals want to work on their educational goals and that they want and can and should go back to work. And then the most meaningful is connectiveness to society, to community, to friends.
Their official website lays out the successes reached out, such as the openings of permanent supportive housing residences, properties for families, hotels, apartments, properties dedicated to seniors, properties dedicated to the transition age youth, and the launches of employment training programs. Homelessness affects San Francisco as a city, but in my opinion, it is the homeless individual that is affected the most. Homelessness is a human tragedy. These individuals who were once community members are now stripped of their dignity and all that comes with it, including their household. The homeless population often experiences feelings of isolation. It can also increase your chances of taking drugs or experiencing physical or mental health problems, portraying the downward spiral connected to homelessness. Homelessness greatly affects the community of San Francisco. Many homeless people are forced to reside in public places where their lives are visible to the outside community members. The topic of homelessness is an economic problem because the homeless greatly utilize public resources while at the same time they don't generate income. It was so wonderful to have learned so much about the Community Housing Partnership Organization and their purpose. I believe this organization serves a peace-related purpose, which is to help solve the social injustice of homelessness with a nonviolent approach. The overall mission of their organization shows many similarities to that of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi's missions. There is nonviolent peace and nonviolence involved in this mission to help solve the social dilemma of homelessness. Community Housing Partnership teaches peace education, giving alternatives to violence in an effort to build positive peace and decrease direct and indirect violence among the homeless population. This organization provides a very positive impact for people of all kinds, homeless or not. Community Housing Partnership's mission is nonviolent, helping to end the suffering of the homeless population caused by social injustices.